Okay, let's go.
Get ready, collectors, because what you're about to discover is more than just a coin. It's the final chapter of an American legacy. The 1956 D. Lincoln Wheat penny isn't just a small piece of copper. It's the last breath of a coin design that Americans had carried in their pockets for nearly 50 years. As the end of the wheat penny era approached, this particular coin stood out. Why? Because it was minted during one of the most exciting times in American history. The year was 1956. The horrors of World War II were behind us. The U.S. was booming. Suburbs were growing, rock and roll was taking over the radio, and President Dwight D. Eisenhower was leading the country into a new age. But in the middle of all that change, there was one thing that stayed the same: the humble Lincoln Wheat penny. This coin was made at the Denver Mint, marked with a small D right under the date. The Denver Mint was producing coins at full speed, and that year, they created a jaw-dropping 1,098,201,100 pennies. That's right, over a billion. These pennies were everywhere, in lunchboxes, payphones, jukeboxes, vending machines, and piggy banks. Almost every American held one in their hand. Its reddish copper color, its 3.11 grams of weight, and its smooth round edge became a familiar part of everyday life. Take a closer look at this penny, and you'll see Abraham Lincoln's proud profile facing right, a design by Victor David Brenner that had already been on U.S. coins since 1909. And if you look carefully, you'll spot Brenner's tiny initials, VDB, hidden beneath Lincoln's shoulder. Turn the coin over, and you'll find two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. That wheat design stood for America's farming roots and hard work. Soon, this would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. But the wheat stayed strong until the end. Now here's where it gets exciting. The 1956 D. Wheat penny is also known for its hidden surprises. Many of these coins weren't struck perfectly. Some have repunched mint marks, called RPMs, where the letter D was accidentally stamped twice. Some show die chips and cuds, little raised bumps caused by worn-out equipment. And a lucky few even have double dies, where the details on Lincoln's face or the lettering appear twice, ever so slightly off. These rare varieties are like hidden gems waiting to be discovered by sharp-eyed collectors. So what's a 1956 D penny worth today in 2025? In worn condition, you might find one for just 5 to 20 cents. Perfect for beginner collectors. But if you find an uncirculated one that still shines like new, it could be worth between $1 and $10. And if you stumble upon a perfect red coin, graded MS67 or higher, you're looking at a value of $150 to $300 or more. And don't forget the RPM varieties. Those can go for $5 to $50 depending on condition. A small error can mean a big payday. But there's more to this coin than just money. The 1956 D. Wheat penny has a special place in the hearts of collectors. It's often the first coin people fall in love with. Simple, affordable, but full of history. It connects the past with the present. It tells the story of a growing America, of hard-working people, of simpler times. It's a coin that witnessed jukeboxes, drive-in theaters, and the dawn of the space race. And for collectors today, it's not just a coin, it's a time machine. So next time you see a penny with a D under the date, look closer, because it might just be the 1956 D. Lincoln Wheat penny, the last shining moment of a design that defined half a century. And maybe, just maybe, it's hiding a secret that could change your collection forever. But the most legendary error tied to the 1944 D penny is the 1944 D steel cent, a true anomaly in U.S. numismatic history. Remember those leftover steel planchets from 1943? A few of them mistakenly made their way back into the Denver presses in 1944, resulting in a handful of pennies with a 1944 D-date struck on steel blanks. These coins are not just rare, they're practically mythical. Only 7 to 10 confirmed examples are known to exist, making it one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever minted. Some of these rare specimens have sold at auction for $54,000, $85,000, or even over $115,000, depending on condition. If you ever come across a 1944 D penny that looks silver instead of copper, and it sticks to a magnet, you could be holding a life-changing discovery. Other rare errors also exist. Double die obverse, where the date, letters, or Lincoln's features appear doubled, are among the most visually striking and desirable. For 1944 D, one known double die has been sold for more than $500 in mint state red. There are also D over D, D/D, repunched mint marks, where the D was punched into the die more than once at slightly different angles. These often trade hands for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the clarity and condition of the doubling. An especially intriguing error is what's known as the off-date or transitional variety, where a die from the previous year, 1943, was reused in 1944. These coins are extremely scarce and subtle in appearance, but can be identified by experts. Only a few dozen of these transitional errors have been confirmed, with top-tier examples selling for over $30,000 at auction. These sorts of errors are highly prized by specialists who focus on wartime coinage and transitional strikes. The 1948 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny is more than just a small copper coin. It's a quiet but powerful symbol of America's strength and renewal after the devastation of World War II. Minted at the historic Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally doesn't include a mint mark, this coin was born into a time of great national change. The war had ended just 3 years earlier, and the country was shifting from wartime hardship to peacetime progress. Soldiers were returning home in droves, eager to start families, build careers, and embrace the American dream. Cities were buzzing with growth, new homes filled newly built suburbs, and optimism flowed through neighborhoods across the country. This humble penny, though not shiny or rare in its day, carried within it the story of an America finding its rhythm again. At first glance, the 1948 penny may seem unremarkable, a plain, reddish-brown piece of metal. But to those who look closer, it tells a story of stability and tradition. The obverse of the coin continues to feature the dignified, right-facing profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner back in 1909 to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Lincoln's image had become one of the most recognizable in U.S. coinage by that point, and in 1948, it served as a steady reminder of leadership, honesty, and unity. Brenner's initials, VB, remained subtly engraved beneath Lincoln's shoulder, a small but meaningful tribute to the artist who shaped the coin's identity. On the reverse, 2 curved wheat ears frame the bold words, 1 cent, and United States of America, a simple but proud display of national character. The wheat design symbolized the country's deep agricultural roots, a nod to the farmers, laborers, and communities that kept America moving forward during tough times. The coin's composition was also standard for its time, 95% copper, blended with 5% tin and zinc. It measured 19.05 millimeters in diameter and weighed 3.11 grams. While those technical details may seem minor, they gave the penny a distinct feel, solid, familiar, and comforting in a world still adjusting after global war. In total, 317,570,000 of these pennies were minted in 1948. That might sound like a large number, but compared to later dates like the 1956 D, which saw over 1 billion produced, the 1948 edition was minted in relatively modest quantities. And that makes it just a bit more special. These coins were workhorses of daily life. They helped pay for newspapers, phone calls, streetcar rides, gumdrops, and soda bottles. Almost every American likely held one in their palm, without ever guessing it might one day become a collectible. As the years passed, many of those 1948 pennies wore down, lost their shine, and disappeared from circulation. Others found their way into jars, drawers, and dusty attic boxes, forgotten by time. But not all of them faded away. Some survived in excellent condition, and a few of those even came with hidden surprises that now thrill modern collectors. The most exciting of these is the double die obverse (DDO), a rare variety where the date or the word liberty appears slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. These errors are subtle, but to trained eyes, they're treasures. Other fascinating errors include die cracks, tiny raised lines on the coin caused by breaks in the minting die, and off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned and part of the coin is blank. Even rarer are clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin's edge is missing due to an error in the blank cutting process. These rare varieties, while once overlooked, now spark serious interest among collectors and can increase the value of the coin many times over.